And, I talk a lot about leadership, and we'll chat more about leadership as time goes on. But mine was really molded by so many things, not the least of which that I always like to tell people that I hit the parent lottery.
Mm.
And, we didn't have financial wealth, but there was always a wealth of love and support in the room. And that's what I grew up with. And that, had a huge influence on me, Dan. I went to college at Penn State University, and then I'm on the board of Penn State today. So
Really?
yeah, it's still with me.
That's
And
amazing.
yeah, and I spent the beginning part of my career with Price Waterhouse. So I was an auditor and a tax person, and then I went to Harvard Business School and kind of learned a little bit about the ropes in B school. Great place to go. And then I decided to go into the real estate business. I took a job in Los Angeles with a company called Trammell Crow Company, very large development firm, and was building warehouses at the ports of Long Beach and Los Angeles. Really got in that piece of the business, very much a niche business at the time. And after that, I went to work for a startup by the name of Prologis. It wasn't named that at the time, but we changed our name to Prologis.
Uh-huh.
That's the company everybody would know today. And, I moved up the ranks there, in the company and ultimately, and we'll get to this story, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
ultimately became the CEO. And, throughout my career, I just have become more and more intrigued about what good leadership is.
Mm.
And I retired about 10 years ago. And today I do a number of things around leadership, most of which are centered around really trying to impact others in a positive way. I do that both in the inner city, where the group I'm involved with is trying to lift up the lives of urban youth through character mentoring and leadership development. And I do that in the business community where I have, as you mentioned, I've written a book on influence. I believe that one of the things we're called to do as leaders is to be influential, and I call it Transfluence, which actually in the book stands for transformative influence. And I try to speak into the minds of leaders and other people in the business community through actually shows like this,
Right.
and through my own. I have my own LinkedIn live show called Off the Rack, where I interview leaders as well, and through blogs and through speeches and through those sorts of things. And I keep myself busy doing that. I also sit on three corporate boards. I sit on my university board and, I do a number of different things like that as well. So I'm wearing a lot of different hats after retiring as the CEO of a large public company, and it's a lot of fun.